Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Hearts versus Fiorentina in the Uefa Europa Conference League. Like, subscribe to the bell notification, go ahead and post if you are new to the channel.
So, 3 changes then for the Hearts team, which lost 4-0 to Rangers on Saturday.
Hopefully Hearts can get the win today. But I highly doubt it, but if we give our all, you never know. And guys, here you go guys, who do you guys think will win? Vote who you think will win the game or a draw. And I got someone who's gonna be annoying it.
You do feel this could be a pivotal night in Group A for either of these teams, if they can get the result they're after.
Cut! And there he is, the Scottish magician, Craig Golden.
4 changes for Fiorentina to the team beaten by joint Serie A leaders Atalanta on Sunday.
Vincenzo Italiano.
Serbian Alexa Terzic is in at right back. Moroccan international midfield Sofian Amrabat starts, as does the former Real Madrid striker Luka Jovic. Jonathan Ikone is suspended. The other 3 left out are Barak, Venuti and goalkeeper Terraciano.
What? So guys, put in your question in the chat, like, subscribe you, and you're welcome to the 4 of you in the chat. And up the Hearts, we are going to win today.
A moment's silence on the back of those tragic events in Indonesia.
Hearts!
It's a third Tynecastle sellout in this European campaign, and Hearts looking for their first win. Losers against Zurich in the Europa League playoff match, and 4-0 defeated by Başakşehir.
Good Hearts!
Up in Group A, but that win in Riga has certainly changed the complexion. Hearts will hope they can beat the Latvians here as well, which makes tonight and next Thursday really important as Hearts look to target that 2nd place and qualification for the knockout stages.
The game is underway, Hearts versus Fiorentina. Hopefully we'll get the 3 points, folks.
I think only 4 teams in Italy have been in Serie A for more seasons. Twice.
If you're up the Hearts, stand up. If you're up the Hearts, stand up.
7th last season, that qualified them for European football, and they beat FC 20.
Come on, Hearts, let's beat Fiorentina.
Through to these group stages.
Come on.
Struggling for
Come on, Hearts.
Struggling to score goals is their big problem. They've won only one of the last 10 games and
Don't say that.
5 goals in that spell. So it's not difficult to see their big problem. Give it away.
Go on. Go on.
Threaded through by Manny Mackay.
Oh, he's never offside, you prick.
Up goes the flag.
He's never offside.
I have to say, it really feels like a proper European night tonight here.
Never offside. He's never offside. You referee in Belgium chocolate.
possession. Robin Nielsen said his team will be full of energy tonight. Let's hope they can back that up.
Yeah, Robin Nielsen wanting to take
And if you guys want to know, it's not me being offensive, it's just that this referee is from Belgium.
Obviously, there's got to be a bit of
It's like calling Belgian chocolate.
And that's a really loose ball from Lucas Martinez Cuarta, the Argentine international central defender.
How do you do? Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. And hopefully Hearts can get a win.
He qualified for Fiorentina for Europe after a 6-year absence on the basis of last season's form. But this season has been a struggle for the team based in Florence, and currently 11th in the 20-team Serie A. They've only 3 times
God!
this season, beaten by Atalanta at the weekend.
Come on, Hearts. Beat Fiorentina, shite!
At the top. Igor, the Brazilian, is Martinez Cuarta's central defensive partner. And that's Orlando Mandragora operating in front of the back line. And Giacomo Bonaventura, the 33-year-old, wearing number 5.
So guys, get your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Making his 80th appearance for La Viola tonight.
So, but who do you guys think will win? Fiorentina at 33%, Hearts at 33%, and draw at 33%. God, he's not injured, he's play acting, he's limping like a sack of shite.
But ultimately, when you win the ball, you've got to make passes.
Well, that's the skipper, Cristiano Biraghi, hobbling around already. An Italian international, won his last cap in June against Germany. He's a player.
Good defending, well done.
And they want him to be continuing. A neat spin there from Amrabat.
Come on, keep defending. Be on your guard.
Plays it out wide. Enjoying a lot of possession of the ball early on. Martinez Cuarta out wide for Terzic.
Come on.
He's got a great left foot and he's done.
Oh, fuck off.
Quarter starts.
Hearts are already 1-0 down. It's like 4 minutes.
The Italian team, and it's a free header.
So it does. Hearts will get back in it.
Well, it's the worst possible start for Robbie Nielsen and his players, and you have to say, it's very, very simple. I have to say, Hearts have been quite passive in the opening 4 minutes. They're standing off.
Hearts are passive. We've only played 4 minutes, you prick.
He always wants to come in with his left foot, but it's a deep run from Mandragora. Nobody picks him up. Next Lewis Nielsen gets caught ball watching. There's no idea of his awareness. George Grant, I think, is trying to match the run. One simple ball takes the full back line out. You can see the frustration of Stephen Kingsley. You said there was an atmosphere, there was an energy around Tynecastle. The players had to match it, and they haven't.
Mandragora scores, and the Hearts fans are stunned. Hearts caught cold, and the manager is displaying his fury written all over Robbie Nielsen's face. A cheap goal conceded early on.
So guys, get your questions in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new. Score at the moment, folks. Fiorentina, Hearts 0, Fiorentina 1.
People coming into this game tonight just look at the results from Fiorentina and wrote them off almost if they're a mid-table Serie A side with little quality. But you only have to look at the money they've spent, the players they have on the pitch. Maybe not well known in Scotland, but certainly.
Come on, Hearts.
And now Hearts have got a mountain to climb early on. They've just got to compose themselves, clear their heads, and focus back in the game.
Come on, Hearts, get you out in the game.
About 7 of Italiano's players who were bought for €8 million or upwards.
What?
About 23 million. So those are the sorts of price tags that Hearts can only dream about. Here goes Terzic again, creator of the goal. Kouame's cross is long, and Josh Ginelli is there.
Come on.
Michael Smith clears. Hearts have to recover
It's only 4 minutes.
from that nightmare opening to the game.
We're not going to get battered. We have hope.
Shetland too easily brushed
We got hope.
aside by Martinez Quarta.
That's where the ball has to stick.
We will.
Hearts are under pressure. They're defending deep.
Oh, we will.
A chance to break out. Lawrence Shankar has to get hold of the ball. Crucial.
We will win. We will get something against Fiorentina and against Istanbul.
Really made by,
But it'll be like a draw. We'll get at least a draw.
It was Saponara who just cruised past him here.
Because Fiorentina because Fiorentina in the league cannot even win a game on the month for Sundays.
It's a free header, had to score.
So playing them at the right time. Yep. But the difference is we came up literally against the best team in the league, which is Rangers.
Playing with the back three or the back five is when you get pinned deep, it means your midfield are going to find going tough. You know, you've only got 2 players in there. You've got George Grant and you've got Keogh, and they're being outnumbered at every single opportunity.
Come on, Hearts, get your heads in the game.
Turns over. You're so deep and close to your own goal, it's hard to get up the pitch.
We'll keep you across the other group game tonight, RFS against Başakşehir here. But I think there's enough to concentrate on here for Hearts at the moment as they look to plot a way back after that early blow.
Come on, get your heads in the game, you bunch of pooing gits.
About the header. Alex Cochrane.
That's a ball.
The long ball.
How are you expecting Shanklin to get to that? He's out of the area! Referee! That's a disgrace! He's out of his area and voted the cunt! Fuck off! Fuck off! He didn't think he handballed it! Fuck off! It was clear as fucking day! He did! He handballed outside the area! You're a fucking cunt! You're a fucking Belgian cunt! Have a Belgian waffle and choke! Have a Belgian waffle and choke! Because that should be him down to 10 men, and that keeper should be off. That keeper should not even be on the pitch. He's a disgrace. Yes! Oh! Yeah, but the keeper handled outside the area. The whole of the keeper's body wasn't outside the area, but he leaned his hand outside the area to touch the ball. So he is outside the area. So basically, he should be off. Cheating little runt. He should be off! Fiorentina should be down to 10 men and the substitute keeper should come on.
What have Hearts got about them here to turn this around? Good work from Cochrane.
No, it ain't. I have faith in your Hearts! Hearts, I have faith.
Hearts can get some pressure on this man, Igor. It might pay off. He's seen red a couple of times already this season, the Brazilian. That was a stretch for Andy Halliday to win that header.
Come on, Hearts.
To Kouame.
So guys, keep putting your questions in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Their ability to take the ball under pressure, the rotations throughout the team, and Hearts are struggling to pin them down.
Martinez Quarta with the diagonal. Saponara. Interception by Grant.
Well done.
Back it goes from Shanklin to Smith.
Oh, stop putting so much pace on the ball. No one's going to even catch it if you keep doing that.
I can see what Hearts are trying to do, because having watched Fiorentina's last few games, they play a really high line. Sometimes centre halves end up midfield, so one long ball can hurt them.
Come on, Lookman. Maybe in the dick. Come on, Lookman.
Hearts have lost 4 of their last 5 home games. Their last home win was...
No, I just thought I'd be funny. Because I even... No, Hearts actually playing alright. Just doing... Putting balls up to the main striker, but hitting them too hard, they can't even get to them. That's all they're doing. How was that freaking their way when he was pulling on the Hearts player shirt? This referee's a biased bastard. This guy's biased and he knows he is.
When he's on his own, he's got to fight and scrap and stand and try and take the ball in.
Ups and downs for Hearts so far this season. Mid-table in the Premiership at the moment, very early on of course. Very much in control of third place last season. It's another free kick going against Hearts. Josh Ginnelly this time. The foul on Amrabat, the Moroccan midfielder, who's played every minute of Fiorentina's 4 European ties this season. This is the Argentinian Martinez Quarta, and the Serbian.
Oh, come on.
Terzic. Vinaghi, the captain. As Fiorentina look to.
Come on, you can do better than this.
Corner kick off Lewis Nielsen.
Yeah, it's a good switch of play. You can see they're trying to work that happen for the goal left to right. This time it was right to left. This is what slightly worries me about Hearts, Rob. They don't have a big physical presence, and the one thing about Fiorentina, there's plenty of size and presence in their squad.
In from Cristiano Biraghi. It's another
Fucking hell, nearly 2-0.
Thankfully for Hearts, they've missed this one. Could so easily have been 2-0 inside 13 minutes. They should score, shouldn't they? Look at Jovic, just gets above Alex Cochrane. Cochrane just gets caught onto the ball, out and muscled. Luckily for him and for Hearts. He's falling back as he makes contact. I said it just before the corner kick. It worries me. Even in Latvia when they played RFS, they look really vulnerable from balls into the box. That is one massive escape for Hearts.
Go on, Shankly, chase after it.
Igor doing the defending. And Hearts are losing too many of
That's
these
not nice.
chances. And it's Terzic driving forward and working it onto the left foot. Took a nick on
What's
Ventura before Nielsen clears. It's panic stations back there.
Sometimes
Panic stations, we don't need it. We're alright. We just need our one opportunity and we'll take it.
There's a little bit of panic. Just compose themselves.
It just happens. It can happen in any game. If you're not playing well, all you need is that one chance.
From the stands. That was a
And you could.
challenge.
Oh no, no, no! Out! Out!
And it's
Out!
Hearts are living so
Oh my God!
They are, and it's all about the movement and the passing ability and the awareness of Fiorentina. Just look at how many Hearts players around the ball, yet nobody.
No, it isn't, because we've actually have won a game. You said we weren't going to win a single game.
Managed to get into the box, and sometimes, Rob, in games you just got to ride your luck. You've got to hang in there. Vitally important. Hearts don't.
And we weren't even good against them as well, and we still and they won.
Maroon shirts in the vicinity there, none of them really affecting the play. They have to be switched on here. Biraghi tries again.
I believe we'll get a draw in one of them. I believe.
And headed behind by Michael Smith. See him again.
They're getting promoted. I have more faith in that happening.
He says, good luck.
Just what I always have faith in. We are going up and we always know it.
Full focus required here defensively. Biraghi whips it in, punched by Craig Gordon.
Come on, get it out.
Swing of the left.
Thank you, ref. You finally gave us something. It took you long enough.
It's a Hearts free kick.
Yeah, just a little bit of light relief for Hearts. Craig Gordon has just got to try and take the sting out of the game. Get the ball at the pitch, try and play a little bit in Fiorentina's half. Play for territory sometimes when you're under pressure.
Hearts happy to be only one goal down here with 16 minutes gone. Fiorentina have been struggling for goals. Well, the goal here was gift wrapped. And that's a poor clearance. Nothing convincing about that. Here goes Biraghi down the left. Ginelli's challenge, and that will go behind off.
Well done, goal kick, thank you very much.
No corner kick, it's going to be a goal kick.
Now this is where Fiorentina are trying to press. I think the last thing Hearts want to do is put themselves under pressure.
Go on, chase after it.
Champlin can't get there quick enough. Golini off his line. Michael Smith, well, not well. Ginelli. Saponara.
Good challenge.
This is Jovic, the Serbian international. It's a
Get out.
pass and a good cutout that time by Nielsen.
It's terrific play by Luka Jovic. Gotta say, Fiorentina just look a yard sharper. They look an inch taller. Anything about them shows that it's certainly a big step up for Hearts. They're not coping really well in this opening 18 minutes. But they've just got to stick in there. They've got to hang on in there and make sure they don't go further behind.
Incoming another Fiorentina corner kick.
Get out.
That's Martinez Quarta, and the shot on goal from Amrabat blocked. Golini, a couple of years at Aston Villa, he was a youngster at Man United, he was on loan at Tottenham last season, the keeper. That's Kingsley.
That's a free kick, Rev. Book him. Book him, Rev. He was late.
And that did have a look of yellow card about it, I thought.
I have to say, it's good reading of the situation by Stephen Kingsley. He anticipated that Kwame was going to win the header. He was already a step ahead of Luka Jovic, who strangely seems to be angry the free kick was given against him. But Hearts need to get hold of the ball. You know, if you can't make passes in the game, you can't link up your play, you're going to have to defend your box, you're going to have to defend deep, so they need someone to get hold of the ball.
That's a good leave by Igor. And gets it back from Golini. And nothing really to ruffle the Fiorentina defence so far. They've got one of the best defensive records in Serie A. They're in I think the top 5 teams, but only the bottom 2 have...
Come on, Fiorentina, bugger off.
They appreciated Hearts allowing them to go in front in the game, which is effectively what happened. Down went Kouame with no great...
He should be booked for diving, he should be booked for simulation.
Andy Halliday with the Hearts player allegedly involved.
Yeah, that's one of the intriguing battles, because Andy Halliday finds himself at left back in an unfamiliar position, shall we say. Kouame's certainly more than a match one.
This referee is not proving to be Mr. Popular with the Hearts fans. A succession of free kicks have been awarded against them so far by the Belgian ref.
No. No, losing 1-0, I'm not disappointed.
Igor.
Actually, not too bad.
Terzic on the move down the side.
No, I'm getting annoyed with the ref. Yeah, because he's giving free kicks for basically the most needless of things.
How easily did Igor...
What a save, Gordon! What a keeper! What a keeper!
Reaches out a left hand to turn it away, but the welcome mat was rolled out here.
Igor!
The Brazilian defender driving forward.
But what a save!
Players are too busy trying to match runs and pointing the finger and looking over their shoulder. Igor has shown already in this game. He's got composure, he's got ability. Wonderful save, Craig Gordon again.
Biraghi delivers from the corner kick.
What a defensive header.
Takes it out of harm's way. Well, it's another special save, isn't it, from Craig Gordon to add to his list on his 20th anniversary of his top team Hearts.
Oh.
Making saves for a long, long time.
Oh, Eddie didn't get to
He
you.
ain't stopping anytime soon. Hearts and
Union Berlin a 1-1 against Malmo in the end. After that game got delayed.
Hearts have to get themselves sorted out and quickly, because there have been a few opportunities for Fiorentina to extend their advantage in the game. Kio's header away. That was Amrabat and Biragi.
That's a free kick, ref.
And,
are you going to book him?
And I think, you know, Josh Ginelli, we know, has got ability.
Good player.
Players and he can run in behind. But the problem is, him and Barry Mackay playing wide of the.
They haven't had a chance to show that they're good.
They can't really impact the game or do what they want to do in the right areas.
They will.
Lewis Nielsen with the diagonal, but, well, it's not good enough, really.
Yeah, but Fiorentina have been out of Europe as well for 6 years.
Submerging vast areas of land and leaving 6 million people in need of urgent help.
Yep.
We're supporting the DEC's Pakistan Floods appeal to help provide those affected with shelter, food and water. If you'd like to help, you can text BT Sport, all one word, to 70000 with the whole £10 going to the appeal. Your donation could be life-saving, and we thank you for it. Fiorentina threatening again.
Way! Sit down, Jovic shite.
The header earlier, and that left footer, he would have hoped to be putting on target at least.
Yeah, it's a good little diagonal run from Sopanara. There's two things that have to happen, Rob. You either have to stop the supply coming forward.
Last time Fiorentina were in Europe was 2016-17 season.
They are running the risk of being blown away here.
Fiorentina have not been in Europe since the 2016-17 season.
That's the scoreline. That's a free kick for Roland Shanklin.
No, it's that season, 2016-17 season.
I mean, as we look at it,
because they got through the group stages and got knocked out at the round of 32.
You know, do you adjust your formation to put Holiday into midfield and go with the back four? Because I think
it's
not working for Robbie.
Less than a quarter of possession.
So it shows that since then they've not really finished anywhere near a European spot.
That's a good ball. Barry Mackay chasing, and it gets away from him in the end, skidding off a rain-affected surface and through to Pierluigi Golini, who's on loan from Atalanta, and that's why he didn't play at the weekend against his parent club.
Come on, Hearts!
So despite his mistakes in Turkey, and despite almost getting himself in a bit of bother as he handled right on the line of the penalty box, and there was a suspicion it might have been outside. In goes Kingsley. It's a yellow card for Stephen Kingsley.
So our player can do it and get booked, but when a Fiorentina player does it, he doesn't get booked. Oh, what a biased ref.
You know, you can't go lunging in the midfield with your studs high. That could be, you say slightly lucky, but some of the referees could see that differently, Rob. Serious foul play.
That had a bit of a kung fu about it, didn't it, from Kingsley? I don't think he can be complaining about yellow, and he was, as he turned round and the card came out, he might well have been a little bit concerned about what colour it was going to be.
You know, once you go into a challenge like that, then you'd run the risk, certainly, of a yellow card, instead of depending on how referees see things on their first viewing. Without VAR tonight, you could easily have got a red, but you know, when you only have to look at the stands and you see Liam Boyce. I think Michael and Christoph spoke about it. Benny Beningame, Craig Halkett, you know, players who would all enhance this Hearts team. certainly Craig Halkett, because you look at the back three tonight, and I think they look a little bit vulnerable, they look a little bit disjointed. They need a leader, they need someone to guide them and communicate with them, and Craig Halkett's that player.
And Kai Rolls sitting there as well, who we spoke to pre-match. A couple of top quality defenders sitting up in the stand watching this as Saponara, having been helped back to his feet, goes back down again.
I have to say, I know Stephen Kingsley caught him raw, but I didn't think it was as bad as what the injury seems. Whether he's landed awkwardly or I can't think what it is, but certainly it didn't seem as vicious as what his body language is telling us.
And Vincenzo Italiano might be able to make a change here. He is thinking on the touchline at the moment. This is just adding to the frustration of the Hearts fans.
My bet is he will be absolutely fine to continue, but we will see. I mean, he could hardly walk 10 seconds ago and he's now running off the pitch.
Those are the thoughts that were going through Robbie Nielsen's head right there. A wry smile, I think you call that one. Nearly 28 minutes gone. And the best thing about the game so far for Hearts is the scoreline, because it could be a whole lot worse. There's just a lack of composure from Hearts. No offside. Kwame plays it in.
Way! Sit down, Jovic, shite.
Look at Jovic. Oh, surprise, surprise, he's back on.
The Hearts fans were screaming for an offside here. They thought Kwame was offside. You can quite clearly see he's not. Lewis Nielsen plays him onside. He then reacts late to try and get in touch with Luka Jovic. And he looks like a player devoid of confidence in front of goal. Luka Jovic struggling for goals. His build-up play's been good. On another night, he could have had a hat-trick. You're spot on.
Real Madrid paid 60 million euros for him. I think in total transfers it's around about 80 million. He's only 24. We'll have to check his birth certificate, but he's certainly been involved in quite a few big deals. He's been a Benfica player, Eintracht Frankfurt, Serbian international, and certainly with one of those three chances you did expect him to be finding the back of the net. Thankfully for Hearts, he's missed all three. Keogh. In goes Amrabat and Shankland. It's a long, hopeful ball forward, which Biragi heads away. That's Nielsen for Hearts. And again, Lewis Nielsen, the 19-year-old. Sofian Amrabat. Linking up with Saponara. Fiorentina can't quite believe they've got so much freedom in this game to do whatever they fancy. They are dictating.
Yeah, it's all been a bit rushed for Hearts, hasn't it? Very disjointed.
Bonaventura. Saponara. A deflection, almost took it back to Bonaventura, and in the end it's just lumped away by Michael Smith. Not really concerned.
Go on! Be physical, you absolute idiot!
Again, Shankland loses out in the battle of the muscle with Igor.
Yep, because Shanklin is basically a weak wing and literally gets brushed on the ball like he's a kid.
For Terzic on the right foot this time, fended away. That's Halliday, who just hands possession straight back to Fiorentina. It just seems a matter of time before Hearts concede again if they continue to play like this. But almost for Giannelli.
Yeah, I just think they've got to play higher up the pitch roll. That's what the Hearts fans are asking for. Yeah. Play a little bit higher. Yes, Fiorentina looking then to go long, but you've got to trust your back line can go and defend long, straight balls. But once again, they've got ownership of the game. Fiorentina is very unopposed.
Well, that's the biggest round of applause of the night from the Hearts fans for Cockroach.
Pressurising.
Pressing right up the top.
Come on!
And they want more of that.
they've been a little bit hesitant. They look apprehensive at times. So sometimes take the shackles off. It just takes something like Alex Cochran, who's played left centre half, to go and press the goalkeeper to bring people to life.
Given away by Lewis Nielsen. It's another really untidy pass. And
we got some bad news. We got some bad news. Fofana is out for 4 weeks.
The Hearts fans doing everything to try and get their team kick-started here. And they're just hoping that that noise transfers to the pitch, gives the team a lift.
He just played Chalobah because look what happened. But you also got to think, look what happened when Chalobah came on. We ended up scoring 2 more goals.
To whip it away from Kouame.
He did it.
Fiorentina can't quite believe how straightforward this has been for them so far with 32 minutes played. They are running the show. Bonaventura flights it in, looking for Saponara, headed away by Nielsen. Back in towards Jovic, gets it away, the youngster at the second attempt, although it's an up and under, which immediately puts Michael Smith under pressure.
It almost mirrors the Bishacha here game, Rob. I felt as if Hearts just lacked a little bit of belief in themselves, and this is the way it's panned out in the open 32 minutes. You said earlier on, the big positive is they only trail by a goal. If they can get to this stage in half-time, don't make it any worse for themselves, then Robbie can possibly readjust, sort a few things out and try and galvanise his team.
It seems strange to be saying that in a Hearts home game, but you're looking 12 minutes ahead to the interval and thinking a chance just to reset, regroup, rethink. Offside.
Come on, Hearts.
Well,
I think he's pulled it back for an earlier foul. Or, you know,
I mean, he's guessed that one, hasn't he?
Very, very soft on Lauren Shanklin. The fact that he has 3 Fiorentina players around him, he does really well to get the ball out of his feet. I think they've bought one there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he thought he saw here, but he was guessing it. And that didn't help Hearts. Amrabat. Biragi. Watched all the way by Kingsley. Hearts are a bag of nerves at the back. All the goals and all the key moments from all the European and Conference League games are rounded up for you tonight. 10:30 on 2, Europa and Conference. Premier League action Sunday evening from 6:30 on 1, and Ultimate Everton against Manchester United. And of course part 2 of this one, Hearts against Fiorentina, head-to-head live with us next Thursday night in Florence from 5:15 on 3. 10 minutes away from half-time at Tynecastle. It's been a painful watch so far for the home support.
Yeah, they haven't really had the opportunity to penetrate the back line of Fiorentina. There's been a lot of fight and good spirit and plenty of endeavour, but when you've needed that little bit of quality, someone just to put their foot in the ball, sadly up to this point has been lacking.
Smith with the free kick, helped on towards Ginelli. Now Grant. Can he make something happen?
Come on.
It's Keogh and it's Mackay.
Great song. Oh, you prick.
On the attack for Hearts.
It's felt as if in that situation the ball has to go wide. Fiorentina are funneling in, condensing into the pitch, so get it wide. Can you get a cross in? There's certainly plenty of Hearts players in the box, but that should give them a little bit of confidence. Make 3-4 passes, but they have to do it on a regular basis.
Halliday's header.
Come on, Hearts.
Lucas Martinez Quarta. Sofian Amrabat. Cristiano
Whoa!
Behind for the goal kick. Seems to have made a good recovery from that injury. Fiorentina's number 8, moving well. It's Cochrane.
Come on. We're doing alright.
Igor's header.
Oh, we're doing alright.
Kept in by Alexa Terzic.
We're doing alright. It could have been worse if Jovic knows how to hit the target, which is, like the commentator saying, is lack of confidence at the moment.
Martinez Quattro, physically strong and powerful defenders.
Oh, it's actually, this is better than the Istanbul Backstreet game. It's better than that. They just couldn't get hold of the ball, but they're getting chances, but they're putting the ball a bit too fast. Yeah.
That's been the biggest criticism, certainly in the opening 20 minutes, that they were far too passive. They stood off, they admired, they allowed Fiorentina to take 3-4.
This is the best that they've actually played in weeks, even though they were losing.
It's been far too easy.
And Roma are 1-0 against Real Betis. Pablo Dybala.
Igor's pass, Saponara works it through, up goes the flag against Jovic.
And, you know what's funny? Goal for Fenerbahce. Michy Batshuayi.
You know what's impressive? The fact that Hearts have so many men behind the ball, yet they still find space.
Does he now officially actually play for Fenerbahce or is he on loan?
Hearts will be thanking their lucky stars at this point that Fiorentina are a team which struggles to score goals.
Come on, Hearts.
Displayed tonight their problem that they've had all season long. And because of that, Hearts are still in the game. Seven minutes away from the interval. Smith to Nielsen. Kingsley alongside.
Come on, do something.
Defensively, Hearts throughout.
That's a ball. Let's get head on. That's a ball. How is he offside?
Rampaging Smith is given offside.
How?
Criminal being offside in that situation. They had the overload down the right hand side. Josh Ginelli and Michael Smith and Barry Mackay, who's been.
He's not offside.
It looks like he may be onside. And Michael Smith as well, I think, is the right back.
Yeah, Terzic was looked as if he was playing him on, yeah.
Oh, so the play was onside, but the linesman said it was off. That's ball.
And the Fiorentina team on 4 changes from the weekend, including a change of goalkeeper.
Hey, Real Betis have equalised.
Dropping out again for the return of Golini. Aiming for Saponara, who's a handful for Nielsen.
Amrabat's the one in midfield, Rob, who has probably dictated proceedings. I'm not too sure how good he is defensively. He hasn't really been tested, and because Hearts are playing with just 2 centre midfield players, Amrabat's allowed to be free and make the passes and link up the play. So Robbie's going to have to try and adjust something. Someone's going to have to engage with him, attach themselves to him, so he can't start the play.
Well, we don't know how good he is defensively. We don't know how good Fiorentina as a collective are defensively, because barely a question has been asked in the game.
Come on, lads.
Can keep the scoreline as it is for the next 5 minutes or so. There will be a bit of stoppage time, you would imagine, to be added. They will hope to be a whole lot better second half. They'll have to be.
You'd be happy to know Michy Batshuayi scored for Fenerbahce.
You can hear that frustration flowing out of the stands here. Smith to Keogh.
Yes! Yes! Shankman! Oh, twat.
Holding off Igor. In from Ginelli, took a deflection. Collected by Mackay, but not for long. He's lost.
That's why I don't.
And Kouame on the counter.
That's why I don't like him, because he's. You would think, as a striker, I'll go and have a shot. No, I'll go and pass it sideways for someone to go and cross it back into where I am.
The only problem for Golini in this first half is when he was juggling the ball himself at the edge of the penalty box.
That's why they need to play. That's why they need to play Gary Mackay-Stevens. Okay.
Martinez Quarta with the long ball, and that's well defended by Lewis Nielsen. A cushioned header back to Craig Gordon. Watched it all the way.
And he had to get it right. Mandragoa was right in
Good
behind,
defend.
just waiting for him to miss it.
Good defend. That's a ball! How is he offside?
Barry Mackay tried to play him in.
Barry Mackay is onside!
But it's certainly been more encouraging in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They've had a little bit more of the ball. They've started to show their teeth a little bit more, Hearts. That has to get better.
Yeah, just had to hold his run, didn't he? Just had to wait a split second
Go on, keep.
because he knew what Barry Mackay was going to do.
Come on, keep defending.
This is Jovic for Fiorentina. Saponara. Biragi's cross. Kwame in the middle. George Grant climbing for the header.
Oh
Fiorentina
my God,
scored
2-0.
early in the first half and 3 minutes away from the interval. And it's Christian Kwame this time with the bicycle kick. And even at this
Fiorentina are still shy. They got a main striker who can't score for shite. But everyone else can.
They have been dominant and now lead by 2-0.
Yeah, you've got to see a sucker punch for Hearts. It looked as if they had got through the storm. They were looking towards half time, but you can't take anything away from Kwame. That's absolutely terrific. The ball's in the air a long time. He's got to think an awful lot. And then suddenly his instinct kicks in. Hearts don't take the ball clear. And once again, look how many maroon jerseys are in the box around the ball. Yet nobody makes contact. Nobody gets a proper clearance. And you're right, that is a big goal for the visitors. And already it looks a long way back for Hearts.
The Ivory Coast international striker scoring spectacularly at Tynecastle at a point in the game where Hearts were beginning to show something, and at a point in the game where they were thinking they could regroup at half-time, but they'll be regrouping Robbie Nielsen, Lee McCulloch and Gordon Forrest and the players with a 2-goal deficit to try to turn around now, and that feels a whole lot more difficult for them. Having managed to get through the bulk of the first half since the opening goal without suffering further damage. You would have to think that's a much more accurate reflection now of how the first half has played out, painful though it is for the home team.
Are you going to book a Fiorentina player referee for all these challenges?
Yeah, there's no doubt they've covered a lot of distance. They haven't had an awful lot to show for it, Hearts. But Fiorentina have showed their class. There's no doubt they're a good side, and if you give them time, they become an even better side. And that's the one thing you normally expect when you come to Tynecastle, a tough physical game, and Fiorentina haven't had that tonight.
Cochrane picks out Smith. He couldn't find the header he was after, though. He was looking for Shankland. And now Hearts are retreating again. Handball against Bonaventura. Hearts wanted to get on with it there. Cochrane to Halliday. Shankland flicks it from Mackay.
Oh, come on, have a shot on goal, something.
Gets away from the challenge. Through for Shankland almost. Tucking in from left back was the skipper Biragi.
How is that a foul? Are you not allowed to jump? Are you not allowed to jump? For God's sake, what pansy. Oh, I just brushed it with my fingers. Oh, I'm going to go down clutching my eyes.
Andy Halliday. Robin Nielsen's got a big half-time team talk, Rob. Or he's got decisions to make. Because as the game sits at the minute, I don't think these players on the pitch of this system is going to be good enough to get them back into the game. So something's going to have to turn.
2 minutes being added, 40 seconds gone. The shout from Kingsley and the header away. Biragi. Jovic making the move. Kingsley gets close or tries to. Jovic with a cross, comes off Cochrane. Drop in for Kwame. Back in.
Oh my God, nearly 3-0.
Otherwise, it was 3-0.
Yeah, it's good positioning by Craig Gordon, but another cross into the box. They don't deal with it. They don't pick up second balls. And there's another just cross into an area. And just look how many maroon jerseys. That's the big concern.
Andy Halliday surely had to be stopping that getting back in, you would have thought as well. Here he is now getting further forward. Beyond Janelle.
Go on, have a shot! Oh!
Golini makes a crucial save. Well, what Hearts desperately needed was to get a goal back before half-time, and they very nearly...
Go on, come on!
On target, Janelle. It's a good save from Golini.
Yeah, Hearts need to be clinical. They need to be ruthless when chances come along. It's the first one. They're only one of the first half. You can't help but think that had to go into the back of the net. Probably sums up their first half. They haven't been where they want to be.
This will be the last action of the first half. Danny Mackay with the corner kick. And into no man's land.
No, I'm just saying, boo, I'm boo, pissed off.
From Hearts, and you can hear some booing in the background. The home support not impressed. Christian Kouame getting goal number 2 after Fiorentina went ahead early on through
Half-time, folks. Hearts 0, Fiorentina 2.
A whole lot better. 2-0 at half-time.
Take off Shankly, bring on someone else, bring on Gary Mackay fucking Stevens, you Robbie Nielsen, shite.
Motorway, the way to sell your car, sponsors this program.
He'll make a difference because he's got experience. I'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Gonna do something, folks. Back, folks. Nothing. He's not even watching it, because he's just watching something else. Because he watched football today, he watched West Ham, and he said Ben Rama's miss was absolutely shocking because he missed an open goal. No?
Grant gets dragged across. Nielsen interference, shoulders not open, doesn't see the guy there, and it goes over his head, and he probably doesn't think he's there, so maybe he doesn't adjust his feet as well. And this one as well, I've all been there at Nielsen, then he laboured there when he's with the guy, jogs back in as well, like, as I said, I've been in that position before, so it's not like I'm picking on it, it's a job to analyse the goals, and he's just jogging back, I'm not saying he won't affect the play, but if he's watching, he might affect this moment now, get his body in the way. It's an experience for him, and it's a harsh lesson.
The thing is that, Fiorentina, they're a athletic side, they've got good movement in middle to front in particular, and I've already touched on the fact that the midfield three, Benaventura and Mandragara, they both push up into the gaps behind the Hearts midfield. It causes a real problem for the defence. You can see at times where Cochrane's trying to press and push onto them, and it's creating gaps in the back line. And then they've got other players that will drive into that gap, and they've done very, very well at it. Now, on occasions, Hearts have been able to get up the park.
And if this went in, this could change things dramatically, especially the timing of it.
If that goes in, it changes the outlet at the half-time top, and they've had a couple of opportunities where the through balls have just been offside, like really fine margins because they play a high line. But back to what Michael was saying, Hearts have set up 5-4-1 to frustrate, but Fiorentina's movement is pulling Hearts all about the place. Like Grant's dropping into the back five, where he's maybe Nielsen a bit more experience, or Kingsley saying, I'll take that man, I'm here to cover you, you stay in your position. So they're not actually being in a 5-4. They're kind of a 5-6. They're getting dragged and not staying in their units,
And that's also like the fact they've not been able to build any of the game at all.
Well, we'll see if they can manage to do that in the second half. It is Fiorentina who are 2 goals to the good. Hearts have got work to do. What have Hearts got in reply? More live action coming up after this break.
Turns out a lot of Leeds Rhino shirts were stolen. Just waiting for second half to begin. Hopefully they get back in it, but I just don't see it. But I hope. They've tried everything. They've tried putting balls through to Shanklin, but they've done it too heavy, or basically he can't get on the end of them because it's too hard. Or they just can't get through. But they did manage to get through right at the end of the first half, so at least they know they can do it. But it just can't be bothered, I don't think. It's been alright, but if it wasn't, if you look at Jovic was in his prime and knows how to score, it could have been a lot worse. Because he couldn't finish. It's even like one ex-Hearts player, an ex-Ipswich, Christoph Berra, who in his day he would have stopped something like that because he's experienced. He just said the player's young, he'll learn from his mistakes, because he literally just watched the player go and do it, when he said, in fairness, the player should have got in the way of it and just put his body in front of it and just block the shot. And that's coming from a decent player. And he just said, but this player, which is, you think, why does he play him all the time, which is Nielsen, he's only 19, so he's like just learning. Being in the first team, this is his first season in the first team, so it's like learning curve. So he now knows from that mistake, in future, I'll get in front of the ball and I'll block it. Even if it hits me in the face, anywhere on my body, at least it's not going in. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. The they're bringing on Milinkovic, another Serb.
Joining his international teammates, Terzic and
No, he's a striker.
Hearts as they were, personnel-wise. Let's hope the performance is not as they were.
I think he's a striker.
Harry McCart is immediately better. Can he create from here? Cleared by Bonaventura.
Let me have a look. Ah, he's a defender.
And that from Hearts, we've had to wait a long time for it.
So he's brought a defender on, even though they're 2-0 up.
First real involvement in the game. You know, he didn't get a lot of the ball, but he's got to go looking for it. He's got this individual ability that can hurt teams. He can take players on. Hearts need inspiration, and it could come from him.
Wow, this is still a shock. RFS are drawing 0-0 to Istanbul Başakşehir here.
Milinkovic alongside.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we did wonder, and Michael spoke about it, when Robbie Nielsen put an extra man in midfield. He hasn't done that, but it already looks as if he's freed up Keo a little bit to try and get close to Amrabat, who dictated the first half.
Kingsley on the half volley.
Why do that?
Shanklin, and he's done plenty of chasing, most of it in
Take Shanklin off.
Amrabat to Delaney. Made that important save just before the interval,
Yeah.
which would certainly have given an injection of hope to Hearts had Ginelli scored. Smith. Here is Ginelli.
Do you know what's weird? I put, what you guys think of Hearts' first half performance? 100% for one vote goes end to end.
And coming in was Andy Halliday, and he just couldn't get over the shot.
But the difference is, wait, how can it be end to end when literally Hearts in the first half only had one shot on target, and that was right at the end of the first half. So it can't be end to end because we never got into their box. Only went into their box once. Yeah, he got pulled back. That's him off. That's him off. Yep. Oh, if it gets the fucking worst, that twat has done two things wrong. What a git. What a stupid idiot.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for Hearts,
No, the guy was at fault for the second goal. The 19-year-old Nielsen decides, oh, the player's going to run onto the ball. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm just going to yank at his shirt and basically pull him down through on goal. That is stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. And you know what's funny? Craig Gordon.
For me, that shouldn't be red.
Yeah, Craig Gordon was going to get to the ball before Jovic in the first place. So what he did was stupid. Jovic was not even getting to it because the bounce of the ball was getting away from Jovic at that point. And he just decided, I'm still going to bring him down. I would love to know in his mind and in his head, why would you go and do that at 2-0 down?
Now they're down to 10, and this is a live chance for Fiorentina to go 3 in front.
That is just stupid. That is just stupid. It's just stupidity.
Bonaventura are over this.
And
Just about 4 feet outside the penalty box. It's Biraghi, and the wall does.
so we now know if we can see the hatful after this, we know we can blame.
It was very much on target.
Because do you want to know what's funny? He's a centre-back. Which is the most important part of the defence. And we're now only stuck with one centre-back now to do 2 roles, which is Stephen Kingsley.
6 in the box for Biraghi's
But usually the main pairing is Stephen Kingsley and Halkett, but Halkett's injured. And usually that's the experienced 2 defenders. And that's his regular centre backs. He never rarely plays Nielsen. He's only playing him due to Halkett being injured.
It's an unbelievable miss.
So we already know one substitution Nelson's going to do.
Rather than put it in the back
We already
of the
know.
net, it wasn't difficult.
We already know.
It wasn't convincing.
He's basically going to have to sacrifice a midfielder, maybe to bring on a centre back.
Milenkovic for the challenge on Shankland.
Yeah, he's going to have to bring on a defender. He's literally going to have no other option. Oh,
Once again, doing his best
funnily enough,
to try and
yeah, he's a centre back.
get hold of the ball.
Is Nelson, but he's actually playing the centre back in the right back position, in the back three. So now we're only left with the left back and the centre back. So we've only got two defenders.
Is being prepared. Danny Mackay.
My theory is correct. He's going and bringing on another defender. He's doing the right thing, but hopefully it's someone who's a better defender.
Much working out for Hearts.
Oh, not him! Not him! He's not a defender, you twat!
Danny McCulloch.
Please say he's not. He's not a No. I need to have a look at this. If he's not a defender, then I'm gonna go. Yep. Robbie Nelson, you're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. Robbie Nelson, you're a cunt. Robbie Nelson, you're a cunt. Robbie Nelson, you're a cunt.
Lucas Martinez Quarta. In behind goes Kouame, and the inevitable flag goes up against
Robbie
the
Nelson,
balls around the ground.
you are a cunt, and you deserve sacking. Even though I love you, you're a twat. Fucking hell, this guy is a prick. Oh my god. This is just like watching a kid playing FIFA, and I've got a defender sent off, so I'll bring on a midfielder.
Wasn't getting anywhere near that. This is Santanara, threads it in, and Cochrane clears.
Robbie Nelson is not the brains he's born with.
Corner kick. Just important that he dealt with the immediate danger here.
Certainly been down to 10 men, it just gives.
Oh my god. Robbie Nelson's giving me a headache.
Hearts have to be diligent, they have to match runs.
Pinagi. Amrabat.
Folks, he's giving me a massive headache.
And the free kick goes Hearts' way.
So let me know in the chat if any of you are a Fiorentina supporter or a Hearts supporter. Or let me know what other teams you guys support, if you don't support either of them. Oh, Shanklin's gone off. Way! You've actually brought in a striker, finally! You've actually done something right.
Moment of madness, which will see him.
He's done something bloody right, but he's done something wrong.
Yeah, it looks as if it's more of a
Because guys, he's took off Shanklin
how they're looking to set up
for Humphries. That is good because it's like for like.
with a little bit more pace, more of a threat in behind than what Lawrence Shanklin would. So, thank the
So I'm good on that. 'Cause I'm interested to see how Humphries actually does.
have to mix things up, and Robbie's done that.
But I'll let you guys know in about a minute or two what the substitutes were. But we do know I like in the strike in the up front department is what we know. But I do know Devlin has come on, but we're just gonna find out who for who, which could be the annoying part. Devlin has come on for Jorge Grant. So he's basically took off a centre mid for a centre mid when he knows he needs to take off someone and put him in the centre in the place of the area of Nelson, who got sent off.
Christian Kouame, who looked offside, didn't he?
But I don't know if he's going to switch something up. I don't know.
Just look at Michael Smith at the bottom of the picture. I think he's the one that plays.
I'm going to have to keep an eye out and see if he's actually switched formation or whatever he's done. See if he's actually switched anything around.
Deeper than everyone else, and it's caused Hearts their own problems.
took the short corner, but they'll have to do it all over again. Corner kick number 8 for Fiorentina. Here it comes, and it's another opportunity. And it was the central defender, Lucas Martinez Quarta, who found himself with a real opportunity there to add to the scoreline. Ginelli, 4 white shirts around him, and the inevitable. Now it's Luka Jovic, who's hauled back by Kio. And that's as clear a yellow as you're going to see.
Yeah, there's no doubt that was his only option for Kio. Hartson tried to get up in support of Josh Ginelli. Ball turns over, and suddenly Fiorentina sense there's opportunity
Say I got spell, man.
This is what Hearts have to do. They have to commit men forward. They're going to sit and leave themselves exposed. They have to roll the dice.
Michael Smith has a problem here, feeling at his left hamstring by the looks of it, and he's been signalling over to the touchline. Kuami, Milinkovic, Martinez Quarta. They're cruising through this Fiorentina, cruising towards a big win for them in this Group A, with only 1 point on the board up to this stage. This one of them thinking very much about claiming second place in the group. And by the looks of it, going through with Hashashu here. Saponara looking for the shot. Goal, Bonaventura just got that half yard away from Kio to get the shot away, never really balanced to be hitting the target, and Michael Smith has got an issue here with that left leg.
Yeah, he looks uncomfortable. He's just gestured towards the bench. You'd imagine Nathaniel Atkinson would come on and be a director.
There you guys go. Guys, there's a poll in the chat for you to vote on what your thoughts on the sending off decision. What did you think to Liam Nielsen sending off? Very stupid decision. No need to pull the player back.
Last month, Cammy Devlin came off the bench to win his first.
Give you options because I couldn't think of anything else. I just thought to.
Games as well. Atkinson is going to be replacing Smith just as soon as he's ready.
And it looks like Michael Smith might be having to come off because now he looks like he's injured. Great.
Yeah, hamstring injuries, once you feel it, Rob, and there's a niggle, no matter how much you stretch it or movements that you try and put it through, it doesn't go away. And rather than risk a long-term injury, a long absence, like Craig Halkett, then you better just leave it a bit. These are the 2 goals that have hurt Hearts so far, aren't they? You know, Michael and Christoph broke it down at half-time about a simple ball into the box. We're talking about communication and organisation and positioning. And once again, lots of Hearts players around Kouame. However, he still manages a wonderful scissor kick.
Come on, Hearts.
On comes Atkinson, off goes Smith. In the 60th minute at Tynecastle. Well, Fiorentina have been struggling for goals this season. They could have helped themselves to considerably more than 2 based on the chances they've had, good chances as well. Hearts grateful that they haven't snapped up those opportunities. One of the goals scored by this man, Kouame. Swept inside towards Jovic, lovely pass, perfect pace, and the cutback is grabbed by Craig Gordon. It was Terzic who pulled that back from the byline and then clattered into the advertising boards.
just look at the link-up play that, you know, it's almost telepathic at times. You said they haven't scored a lot of goals, but they've certainly created enough chances in their game so far this season. You're right, Teresic just took a real bang into the advertising boards behind the goal.
Well, it's 10 against 10 at the moment, but not for much longer. I think we had 36 attempts at goal, didn't they, Fiorentina, across the first two games, matchday 1, matchday 2, scored only 1 goal. And I guess their hit rate hasn't been great tonight in terms of opportunities, but they are very comfortable at 2-0 up against 10-man Hearts. Vincenzo Italiano, the former Spezia coach, took them to Serie A, kept them there, and it was that performance which interested Fiorentina enough to hire him, and last season took them back into European competition.
Come on, Hearts. I want to see how this Humphries does giving the ball. This player plays very weird because his socks are very low down. You got. You're more likely to get kicked and get battered and bruised. Oh, when Hearts are down to. Oh yeah, I forgot Hearts are down to 10 freaking men.
Clearly they didn't do it in the first half or against Başakşehir.
Iragi and Sapanara combining down this side. The skipper's cross ball.
Now I'm actually understanding. He has swapped someone over. So he's actually. So Michael Smith has gone off, but I can't remember who he came on for. Oh, he came on for Atkinson, so it'd be. Because what they were doing is Michael Smith went into the role where Nielsen got sent off, so now it'd be Atkinson in that position. So now it's just a midfield 3. So we've gone 4-3. 3. Jeez. Oh. Yeah. No, it's 3-3. It's confusing how they're doing it. Go 3. How can they go? No, so it's like he goes up there. So that'd be 3, and then that'd be 3, and that'd be 3. That is impossible. You can't go 3-3. You can't go 3-3-3 as a formation.
Untidy again from Hearts, and we get lucky because the ball is handed straight back to Devlin.
Because it's not 3-4-3 now, because the play got sent off.
Got something about him, Stephen Humphries.
Come on, Humphrey, I want to see what you're about. He's gone out of the way. Oh! One thing I will say is Humphries is better than Shanklin, and he's not been on that long. Ooh! I'm liking this Humphries. Ooh. I'm excited. This player's getting me very excited. That's why, Robbie Nielsen, you play Humphries over Shanklin. Because Humphries is actually bothering to literally go and beat players and not be a pussy and basically thinking, oh, I'm not going to go and beat this player. I'll go and pass it to another player to go and do it for me. Because even you were saying that earlier where Shanklin could have shot and he went and passed it. Even you were saying that. That shows that he's too scared of getting hurt. Then why play as a striker if you know you're going to get hurt? But Humphries only been on like 5 or 6 minutes and he's done more than what Shanklin has done in literally a half and a bit. But at least he's someone who actually plays football for a team in the league which is physical at the Championship. Because it's a hard physical league, that is. So we'll know what to expect. Give Humphries the ball again, and literally he'll go and take a couple of players on, and actually will go and have a shot on goal. Because he could have had twice.
Service being restored.
Two of Hearts' best chances of the game are coming through him since he's come on.
Dictating. Skipper Biragi. Laid off by Bonaventura. It's Jovic with good feet and a good save. We're going solidly behind it.
Wow, it is still, is it still 0-0? Wow, it's still 0-0 between RFS and Istanbul Bahakşehir here.
Not a problem for the Hearts skipper and keeper.
No, no. That will be a European shock. I never thought I'd be seeing this. Carrier bag of beating Olympiacos.
I've always been impressed by him.
Yeah,
You know,
me too.
physically strong.
I never thought I'd be saying that.
He upsets defenders. I have to say, I'm surprised he hasn't had more minutes since he came to the club.
He certainly offered something very positive in the time he's been on. Ginelli and Atkinson. Devlin. Ooh, he was just moving on towards it there. I think it came off his chest, but there was enough there for the Hearts fans to get interested. Kwame struck,
Well done.
and that would be having a full stretch.
Well defended.
That back to his goalkeeper. Amrabat.
Wow, it shows how different Hearts are playing when literally the two shittest players on the pitch are not on.
As it came off him, and went straight to the Hearts keeper.
Hearts are actually now giving Fiorentina a game,
To applaud and admire good play.
and that's with
Sapanara.
Nilsson
Intercepting was Kingsley.
off, which is thank the Lord. The guy is shite.
As we
And Shanklin, who literally is a crybaby and is too afraid to actually go and try and beat defenders.
thus far 18 attempts
If you don't want to go and beat a defender to go and score yourself a goal,
to Hearts.
then go and be a midfielder or go and be a winger or go and be a defender.
7 on target out of those 18. Halliday's pass. He's never finding Barry Mackay. He's done well to make that his. Cochrane. Another wayward pass. Cochrane throwing his arms wide and saying who was wanting to get on the end of that, but in truth, it wasn't a great pass. And it just gifts possession back to Fiorentina. Kept in just by Ginelli. Running into trouble though, running into Biragi. Jovic. Headed away by Halliday. Clean pair of heels for Barry.
Get the ball to Humphries.
Inside to Devlin.
Go on.
Now Humphries.
That shows his strength. Get in, Humphries.
The first. That's what the Hearts fans are thinking.
Robbie Nilsson, start Humphries in future. At least this guy's actually showing a bit of bottled passion and absolute guile with the ball. He's actually doing something. That's a right ball.
Pushing it out wide to Mackay.
I can't say the same for that, and I can't say the same for that header because you literally did.
Header.
The ball went shite.
Go behind for the goal kick.
I'm just watching that building up down the right hand side, and Barry Mackay is the wide left, standing in the far touchline. He has to try and come and get involved in the game. As the ball moves across the pitch, yes, you want to move back onto your wing, but Robbie Nielsen needs players in and around the box.
Just about 20 minutes to go at Tynecastle. Draghi getting forward. Bonaventura to Kwame. And Cochrane clears. And they can't keep the ball, the 10-man team. Amrabat.
Come on, Hearts.
Saponara. The Hearts fans haven't forgotten that first half incident when he dallied a bit too long after the alleged injury. Cochrane's past Mackay.
Oh, get your touches right.
As he's done pretty consistently.
Stop being lackluster.
When Hearts have posed a mild threat. Well, they were looking pretty comfortable with 11 against 11, so it's not a great surprise that they're pinging the ball around for fun here. Fiorentina against the 10-man opposition. In goes Atkinson, good ball winning. Back to him from Devlin. Now Mackay. Change of pace, looking to jink inside. Loses out. It's been gifted back one way and t'other. Now Bonaventura. This is Mandragora. And Saponara. Cuts inside. Gets a little glimmer of an opportunity. You can see exactly what he was trying to do there. But it just wouldn't come down quickly enough to find the top corner.
Yeah, it's another really left-hand side for Fiorentina. He's been impressive tonight. Saponara, I've got to say, his movement, his ability to float all over the pitch. He always wants to go inside on his right foot, so whether it's Nathaniel Atkinson or whether it's Stephen Kingsley, they've got to be aware of that.
All the goals and all the big moments from all tonight's games in the Europa and Conference League. Rounded up for you, 10:30 on 2, there's Premier League action. Sunday evening this time around, 6:30 on 1 and Ultimate. Everton against Man United, and part 2 of Hearts against Fiorentina head-to-head, live with us next Thursday night in Florence, 5:15 on 3. Couple of changes coming up for the Serie A team. In goes Cochrane to stop Kwame.
Come on, get your head in the game.
Saponara against Atkinson. Atkinson losing his footing. That came off Kingsley.
Good defending.
Devlin's done well.
It's that same man again, isn't it? Saponara. He always wants to go back. Atkinson gets his feet caught up a little bit. Thankfully, Cammy Devlin clears at the back post.
So here come those changes for Fiorentina. Amrabat is heading off. Alessandro Bianco is coming on, the Italian under-20 international midfielder who turned 20 last weekend. The skipper is going off too.
Oh, great, they're bringing on Dodo.
Brazilian Dodo, Brazilian under-23 international, is coming on. Signed from Shakhtar in July.
What's so good about Dodo?
€5 million. They do spend a bit of cash, do Fiorentina. Another corner kick for Hearts to defend, 16 minutes to go.
Whoa!
Martinez caught up with a header, but there was enough around him to ensure that he wasn't going to be hitting the target here. Cochrane making his presence felt.
Called Darryl Good. Oh, not we don't mention that name around it. Finally! Finally! What are you doing too fucking late? You should have started, the bastard. For the first time in a month, for only 15 minutes. He's bringing the Mackay Stevens. We ain't gonna fucking do anything because we're doing a fucking down. Why'd you not do it at 0-0?
Going off the pitch. And maybe not not complaining about it too much either.
No, but I'm annoyed. He hasn't played for literally over a month, and he's only played him for 15 minutes. He's a good enough player that can play it. Yeah, he can play for at least 90 minutes. And he's the only player in this squad with European experience.
I thought it was Ginelli and McLean excited me a little bit, Rob, but unfortunately they never actually materialised.
Come on, Mackay Stevens, show me what you're made of.
15 minutes plus stoppage time for these two.
Out of all the players that are, the favourite player is Mackay Stevens, because I just for what he's done for his career. And the other, my old favourite, what was his name? If you guys want to know, if you're going to say what my favourite was, that was that. My old favourite is a guy who I think was a very good striker, has played in the Championship, but it wasn't known back then. I don't think it was known back then. Was a guy who played for Leicester called Mark de Vries. If you guys don't know that age, look him up.
Mentally they've stayed strong, and that has to continue.
With Dodo at right back, Terzic has switched across.
Mark de Vries. I don't know. I don't know. Mark de Vries is actually, his nationality is the same as a legend of Clarence Seedorf for Suriname. Clarence Seedorf played for Holland, but he was born in Suriname.
Alan Forrest got back in the nick of time as Terzic was wondering when he was going to hit that shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same with... So Mark de Vries is very similar, but not in like career-wise to him, but he's very similar as in... He played for Holland, he could play for Holland internationally, but he was born in Suriname as well.
But no support whatsoever for him.
And he...
The ball bounced back to Mandragora.
That was the player I used to like at Arts when I went up in about 5... Yeah... I'm not really that bothered because the player who's basically done Arts over is Lewis Nielsen, because he's the reason.
It is a big ask, we know that.
We've...
But one goal could just change the dynamic, even for a few moments, and see if we can get something from it.
No, Nielsen's was the player who got sent off.
With what they've had to watch tonight, maybe a little bit relieved that
I will say Humphreys, he needs to start. He needs to start in future. Because he's actually he's actually going up to the Fiorentina players and actually trying to win the ball back, trying to get past them. So he's actually yeah.
5 against 2 for Fiorentina.
Nah, there's that one. There's no one to blame for that goal. There's no one to blame. You can't blame anyone for that goal.
Tonight, but finally he finds the back of the net with 11 minutes to go. Hearts 0, Fiorentina 3.
You know, there's no one to. You know, there's actually no one to blame. No one. There's no one to blame for that goal. Yeah. Except one, there's only one player in that that actually tried to do something. It was Cochrane. He tried to go to the defender, so that one of their strikers, so that he could then make it harder for him to pass the ball to anyone else. But then for doing that, then left Jovic free. But you got to think, what's the better thing to him to do? Go to where he had the ball first, or go to Jovic? Would be the best thing to do, is go to where the ball was. Did the right thing. It's just unfortunate. But the two players which have literally done Arts over are off the pitch, but still, it was already game over by the time they one got sent off and one got substituted. It was already game over. So in future, Nielsen should never be starting a game ever again, and Shankland should be benched, and Humphrey should start.
So you're saying this is not just a side threw together in hope roll. This is a side that has had money invested in it over the past number of years. You can see the golf in class. I said it earlier, you have to admire some of the players.
Let's do a... I'll get this thing up and I'll get a...
Reach their peak and they move the ball well. They're unstoppable at times.
Let's get...
2 balls on the pitch, maybe that's the answer.
Wow. Wow. It is Karabag 2, Olympiacos 0. I didn't expect to see that tonight. That's the shockest result I've seen tonight. But then there might be one that might just have matched that result. Sturm Graz drawing 0-0 with Lazio.
3-0, we're getting quite close to a scoreline which reflects the way this game has gone, Craig.
I think we have to be honest, it's been one-sided. You know, Hearts have showed little bits when they've pressed, but you know, barring that Josh Ginnelly chance just before half time, they haven't really threatened the goal. I mean, you consider against Başakşehir here, they hadn't many opportunities either. For the Hearts fans to come in big numbers and not get a lot of goal-mouth action.
Let's do this.
Too much on the
See who's getting on here. There we go. So I can sort that out.
Goal number 2 just before half time. That was a big blow. The colour is purple. Fans of Guardiola in celebratory mood. I think they're going to have a good night in the Scottish capital. I can imagine the atmosphere next Thursday will be lively as well in Florence. We probably know a win in that game could all but seal qualification out of the group. So that's the big challenge that awaits Hearts. There's a daunting prospect for Hearts on the back of what's been dished out tonight. Devlin. Free kick. Not quite the menace of this challenge at the weekend against Rangers, but Terzic making a meal of it. It's a bit soft, isn't it? Yeah. You know, he doesn't. I mean, he's again like Zabanara holding their leg and hobbling about. The game's won. Just get up and get on with it. It's a steep learning curve this for Hearts against quality opposition, and Kouame can add to their pain here. Bianco with a shot blocked. The follow-up blocked it as well, and the offside flag went up in the midst of all that. It was Nicolas Gonzalez who had the second shot at goal.
Got another poll in the chat for you guys to have a vote on.
He's played in the left and played in the right. Good block initially by Cochrane. He is offside. Kouame coming back from an offside position.
This is just for you guys to have you a bit of opinion, because this is the first time I think most of us would have seen him playing, so it's just asked for your guys' opinion. You've heard my opinion, now it's time to hear yours.
Yeah, Rugby Park on Sunday against the Kilmarnock team.
Oh, great. Hearts are playing Kilmarnock next in the league. Great. They'll also last time they play Kilmarnock away.
The Brazilian fullback. I say fullback, but he spends most of his time.
The only thing is, Humphreys, you need to put your socks up. If you get kicked in the shins, it's going to be painful. If you guys want to know, he's on loan from Wigan. Wow, it gets even worse. Karabag 3, Olympiacos 0. Arsenal 3, Bulldog 0. Vieira with the goal.
All fit and available, but find it tough tonight. Never mind being down to 10 men as well.
Jovic is down for Fiorentina. Terzic with the
Ooh.
And the header flies wide.
He's not the first away player, Luka Jovic, to get a little bit of stick from the Hearts fans. just surprised he reacted, just got up and got on with it.
Scored against Scotland in Belgrade, Jovic 2 years ago, the 1-1 game, the penalty shootout, the David Marshall save, the qualification for the Euros, all that. Christie for Scotland.
Oh, Scotland women have scored, folks. So as it stands, Scotland women could be on their way to the Women's World Cup. Could be one game away.
And Fiorentina at a pretty much walking pace. Mandragora and the
Yeah.
for another one here. And it was Gonzalez coming in off that right hand side. Better touch, and he was in for a chance at number 4.
It's been a tough night for Andy Halliday, hasn't it? You know, he's had Kawami, he's now got Gonzalez. You can see Andy Halliday wants to play further up the pitch, he wants to go and nibble, but sometimes you have to look after yourself defensively. It's fair to say he's found it tough at times.
Come on, Hearts. Just at least try and get a goal back. At least try and get one.
For Fiorentina. You did wonder how they would react if Hearts were able to get in about them. Zukowski waiting on the touchline, a late change, another one for Fiorentina.
Boring Arsenal. You should be happy you won.
Szymon Zukowski, Polish international midfielder.
Sean.
They've got some serious depth to the squad, Fiorentina. Ventura off.
He's went a little bit unnoticed, Bonaventura. But you just look at his link-up play and his awareness and his control of the game. Being in control from the off, Fiorentina, and Bonaventura's played a big part in that.
Except, you want to know where that boring always comes from? It came originally from us. When Drogba's last season, we went boring Chelsea in one game, and now it's become a thing.
2013-14. These are not happy stats. And it's going to be 8 defeats in 11 games for them.
Except, yep, he's saying took us 84 minutes to score the third goal. You were already 2-0 up.
You can see the hunger in the players coming off the bench, eager to get themselves involved for the game against Lazio at the weekend. Gonzalez looking particularly threatening. Fiorentina at home to Lazio. That game's on Monday.
The guy's on smoke.
Has settled in pretty seamlessly as well off the bench. The number 42, the youngster. And Dodo, the Brazilian fullback. Gonzalez. It was Devlin's challenge, which won the ball. And took a bit of Nicolas Gonzalez as well.
And if Hearts losing tonight, you know, if they have ambitions of getting out of the group, which they do have, then you think
Yes, they have.
to win.
They lost one game to Manchester United.
And in Istanbul against Başakşehir here, so it looks an uphill struggle.
Kouame and Terzic. Well, Hearts could have maybe done with a bit of this tonight. I wonder if he's available in top terms.
I think there was handball on at least 4 occasions, Rob, so he might have been punished.
Atkinson's header goes astray. That was a great block by Keogh sliding in to get in the way of that shot from Zurkowski. Not a great night for Lewis Nielsen, at fault for the opening goal and red carded early second half. Maybe a bit unlucky to have been dismissed. And any lingering thoughts about a Hearts comeback vanished at that point. Alessandro Bianco. They've just been able to do as they please in this game, Fiorentina. Dodo creeps in behind.
Nearly 4-0.
Gordon was concerned for a moment as it flashed over the crossbar.
What's been noticeable at Fiorentina, Rob, they haven't just settled for 2 or 3-0. At every opportunity they put men forward, they're positive, they're not just here to take this thing out of the game, they want to go and add to their goals tally, ruthless.
Dragoro to Bianco, kind of Stephen with the challenge. So 3 minutes being added, 1 gone. I think both teams were pretty happy with the final whistle. It's the end of the misery for Hearts. And it's a very satisfying night for Fiorentina. 3 points, 3 goals. And for a team that hasn't been scoring freely, it's been some night for the Italian team. 3 goals and a host of other chances. Martinez Quarta. In goes Makai Stephen. Terzic. Back from Zurkowski. Bianco to Kwame. This is Dodo. It's a great ball in from him as well. Headed away by Kingsley.
Yeah, there's no doubt this last 15-20 minutes has been a real slog for Hearts. They've had minimal touches of the ball. They've sunk into a deep shape. And it's just been a case of Fiorentina trying to add to their goal tally.
So 3 European ties for Hearts at Tynecastle so far this season. 3 defeats at the hands of Zurich, then Başakşehir, and tonight Fiorentina. Reality biting for Hearts against top quality opposition, it would have to be said, who've certainly found their way.
Full time, folks. Hearts 0, Fiorentina 3. Like, subscribe with the bell notification, get it. And I don't know when the next stream is available on my schedule for you folks. Yeah, because I had it all set up, but I just don't know how it, in what order, so I'm just waiting. Yeah, so I'm just checking. Because I sorted it out at last weekend with not a lot of games on. Saturday, AC Milan versus Juventus, which is actually a good game. But that depends. But I did that because I can't do Chesterfield game at the weekend due to the fact that I'm going to football with my dad on Saturday. So I just made it an evening. I made it an evening kickoff, and Serie A is usually late evening. Then I got a game on Sunday, which is Cremonese versus Napoli, and on Monday it's Fiorentina versus Lazio. Hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Like, subscribe to the notifications. Here's the schedule there.